Hello, Annie D at your service. Not on her purple sofa, but something better. I've got purple cushions, and I am actually somewhere else. I'm on somebody else's sofa. The founder of online travel business, MakeMyTrip. Am I right, Deep Kalra?
It is MakeMyTrip. Yeah.
Welcome, welcome. Oh, I am being welcomed to your place. Thank you so much for giving us a little bit of time today. 3 weeks. You are a busy man, Deep. Busy man.
It's been a particularly busy November. It's not always so
Oh,
bad. I've been on the run a lot.
You are taking this travel business really seriously, aren't you?
Yes, I've been out almost 20 days out of 30 this November.
How many countries have you actually visited? Tell me this.
In life, I think it's a little over 50.
Not bad. So the rest of the world to travel.
So much more to see. Yeah, there's so much more to see. And also I think I'm less a country person than a city person.
Yeah.
So I want to, when I travel, I want to go and see a place and see it well.
Yeah.
And so I don't mind coming back to the same country.
Yeah.
For me, that's not important. What's really important is, like, have you really soaked in the city? Have you enjoyed the city? Also, we had a pretty interesting thing in the company in the early days. We got miles and we just shared it with the colleagues.
Yeah.
And right now, I guess there are some air miles, and now the kids want to use them all up.
Oh, look, see, I don't know friends and family.
Eventually.
No, fair enough. No, it's lovely being here today. Now, Deep, one question that has plagued me and a few other women, we have gossiped about you. Why are you always smiling? You look so calm all the time. It's not possible. No, my help doesn't come. She doesn't come for half a day, and I'm stressed.
Right.
Tell me, what is the secret?
No, I do get my own. I have my own share of stress. I wish I was always.
But we don't see it.
You know, but to be honest, over time, I think I've taught myself one thing. Like, if I'm doing something, then I'm 100% at it. So when we meet, it's usually at a party. It's a social event.
Yeah.
And I want to enjoy the social event.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be on calls or on the phone. And I think that's rude. Like, it's very simple. If you can do something about it, go ahead and solve it. But if you can't, so what's the point fretting? So late at night.
True.
Yeah. So, but it sounds so obvious.
Yeah.
But it takes some tutoring.
So it's taken a few years to cultivate this, has it?
I think it's taken a decade to cultivate
that.
Look
at this.
Yeah.
So listen in, folks.
I think that's really important. That helps. And I think yoga helps. So I do yoga. I've been doing yoga for a long time. So I think the meditation and the
that's fantastic.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to try it now. Every time my lady's like 10 minutes late, I'm going to have to sit there like this.
Calm
myself.
You know, as they say, come on, please, I haven't got all day.
No, look, jokes aside though, but it hasn't been easy. So your business is what, 20 years old?
We'll be 20 years old this April.
Oh,
so
lovely.
We're still a teenager. But not long.
So for example, say 21 years ago, did you ever think that MakeMyTrip would have a global presence like this?
So 21 years ago, I didn't even think that I'm going to set up my own business.
Yeah.
I was between jobs. I was working for an American company called AMF Bowling. I set them up in India, and then I joined GE Capital in India. I had a very nice job with them, and I still wasn't thinking entrepreneurship. So I have to confess, for me, the driver was actually the internet and what it was going to do to our lives and how it was going to be all consuming. I could feel that. I had done enough things on the internet to tell me, this is not transient. This is going to change everything. And I also realized that a large company is perhaps not the best suited to take on the internet. Because you have something else which is your bread and butter. So this is a side project. And a side project can never be a game changer.
So, for example, like now kids, at a very young age are asked to choose their subjects, their careers. So it's not necessary then, is it? So all these mothers and all these children are going for ACTs and SATs and, you have to have these to be a success. So that's not the only route then, is it?
Yeah, and fathers too.
Yeah, and fathers too.
I just want to be very clear. Not just mothers, fathers.
My mistake. I need to make this politically correct.
No, and we've got 2 kids who are now in college.
Yeah.
So we've gone through our share of that. So, no, I think there's a lot of value to a strong educational foundation.
Yeah.
It basically prepares you for anything.
Yeah.
So what's fundamentally happening today is the rules are being rewritten.
Yeah.
The way business was is no longer like, what it's going to be. In fact, the future of work is going to be very different from the way we're working today. And people like to say, oh yeah, you can work from home, you can work from phone. Of course, but there's much more. I don't think we all understand the full import and the impact that AI is going to have on jobs. So many jobs will be redundant, and then so many new jobs will be created. So I think it's really important that kids are ready to take on the untrodden path, to be confident to take on a very new, challenging situation which no one has thought of, because the jobs of tomorrow will not be go to work, get in there at 8 or 9 a.m., sit there till 7 or 8 p.m., and you're done, and then maybe you do email at night. That's our work, right? Today, it's going to change. So
if you want to give some advice to a budding entrepreneur, right? So what kind of an area, what kind of advice would you give them? What kind of what direction should they be looking at?
So a couple of things. Even before the direction, I'd like to say, firstly, it's not a bed of roses. It's not glamorous. There are tough days. So MakeMyTrip's 19 years old. The first 5 years, especially year 1 to 5, those 4 years, were really tough. I'm not sure. I wasn't sure then if we'd even survive another 2 months or 3 months. It was hand to mouth. So I want anyone who's turning entrepreneur or a young entrepreneur to keep in mind that, listen, patience is a virtue. Relentlessness is a virtue. Just stick at it. Don't give up too early. So, I think you need a lot of stamina. It's not a race, but you need the stamina of a marathon. It's your own journey. So enjoy the whole journey. But enjoy the process. And don't be in a hurry of getting there very quickly. Because then you start seeing, hey, there's a germ of a business out here.
You're setting the roots.
Exactly. It'll take time. It'll probably take 10 years to build a great business. We're not in Silicon Valley. In terms of fields, I'm partial to technology. I think technology is the game changer. But you know what? People have to find things that fit with what they love to do.
This is it,
So what they naturally, here you are, you're doing something which is pretty exciting. And we know just so many people chasing their passion and doing it really well. And at the end of the day, I think the goal is really to be happy while you can pay your bills and you can build some savings over time. But if you're not happy, then no matter what you make in terms of money, and that's the other advice I would give all young entrepreneurs, all entrepreneurs, is don't chase financial targets.
Okay. So would you say it's also the journey then? It's the excitement, isn't it?
Totally the journey.
So talking about journeys, if you had to pick out maybe 2 or 3 memorable moments, what are those?
In the MakeMyTrip journey?
Yes, absolutely.
I think memorable but tough memorable was definitely survival. There was a time we could have packed up and sold, and we got a couple of offers, but I'm glad we hung in there. I mean, we might have sold the business for as little as $10 million at some point of time.
And just remind me what it's worth right now.
Well, we're listed, so we know. So the market cap is about, I think last I checked, about $2.6 billion.
Slight difference. So a bit of a loss.
But we've been at we've been at $4 billion. So that's okay. That's what the market does. But I think glad we hung in there. Definitely one of the biggest financial milestones after all the talk of non-financial was listing. And listing on NASDAQ in 2010 was a high point.
I can imagine.
Not just because of, turning public, but I think it was just an Indian company going out to the US, listing out there, one of the very, very few companies who've done it against all odds, and having a great listing. We went up 89% on day one. So I think that was very satisfying, especially because it created wealth for a lot of my colleagues, because we had 70% of the team covered by stock at that point of time.
Wow.
And I managed to give a really good return to our shareholders, which for me was, okay,
it's an achievement.
Well done.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I think that was very satisfying. And then more recently, we had a pretty big M&A transaction with Naspers, by virtue of which we bought 100% of GoIbibo and 100% of Redbus. I think doing the deal was only one part of it. Deals are still easier to do, but it took about a year and a half to fully consummate the deal and absorb, and we managed to retain all the good talent from these companies and merge them and now we have 3 great brands in our stable. So I think I would say these 3 really have been standout.
So in terms of that 19-year journey, so which was the most exciting part? That the first half you think was the most exciting?
Yeah, when you look back, startup days are they're uncomparable. They're really special, but they were the toughest.
Yes,
but
of
then
course.
The tough times are when you're learning.
It's
also a small team. So the team was, in double digits. We would spend endless nights in office.
Yeah.
Many of us kept toothbrushes in office. We slept under the desk. We snatched a few hours of sleep. We were up again. That's all we did.
Yeah, because, it looks like you've got too much time on your hands, though. And I'll tell you why. Because a little bird told me, a choking little bird, that you're involved in possibly taking responsibility for cleaning the air. What is this new project?
Well, it's very simple. The quality of air where we live in Gurgaon, in Delhi, is terrible. The authorities obviously haven't done what they should have done. I mean, this should have been addressed a long, long time back. It's been getting worse every year.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm stirring up a movement where I'm saying, listen, we have to do something. It's not me alone. It's a bunch of guys and gals. And we believe that, listen, we've got to get everyone to play a part. There's a citizen responsibility, but there's a lot that can be done. And it's fairly simple. Yeah. But it's about time we act. So, I'm very passionate about the environment. Sustainability is really, really close to my heart. And I'm one of those, I believe that, listen, if there's something going wrong around you, you should, try to fix it yourself.
So how many people do you have on board then on this team?
That's a citizen movement. We managed to get, we had a big event at Leisure Valley 2 Sundays ago. We managed to get 3,000 people, which is great.
But what are the things that we can do, though? I mean, don't you feel that we're a bit late on the game? Do you think we could have done this earlier?
We should have done it earlier, but we better do it now. If you look at Beijing, they had levels which were as bad as ours, and then they addressed it, and in 3.5 years, they have great air quality. So I think we can do a lot. We've got to address probably all aspects of it. Yeah. So the government's got to address the stubble burning.
For example?
There is a solution.
So apart from the stubble burning, so what else?
Loose dust and dirt is a contributor up to 20% of air pollution. It's fine dust. And so all of us need to make sure that we are, disposing it in the right way. Of course, most of it is government's thing. I think even vehicular pollution is about 25%. So I think our choices, and I'm not saying I don't take the metro all the time, and I don't carpool all the time, but maybe we all need to. But we do incentivize people in office. If you carpool, you get priority parking. Yeah. So we're doing that kind of incentive. We moved to an office which is on the rapid metro. Yeah. So a lot of people are taking the rapid metro. So I think we've all got to think about our carbon footprint. Yeah. We've been fighting for cycling lanes. Sadly, we don't have them, but if we had cycling lanes, I would cycle to office.
Look, it seems as if you're using every second of your day, and you did mention, work-life balance. Have there been times when Amrita has said, "Oh my God, Bollywood style, Deep ab chodo, bahut ho gaya."
No, I think Amrita's been pretty understanding. So the toughest days were really tough. And luckily, I think she was so busy bringing up our 2 kids. It all happened at the same time. Yeah. So between 1999 and 2001, I had 3 kids. We had 3 kids, and the third one was MakeMyTrip.
I was about to say, the biggest.
The biggest. So our daughter's 99 born, MakeMyTrip's 2000 born, and our son is 2001 born. So it all happened together.
I need the inside scoop. So, I'm just imagining a scenario, right? So you're at these big corporate dues, the paparazzi are clicking away, and you're meeting some faces. And of course, you come home. Has there been a time when Amrita said, "You know what, Deep, get those gloves on, dishes, and the dog needs walking"?
All the time.
So it's the same everywhere.
She's my biggest critic.
Yeah.
And she definitely ensures that I stay very much at the level one should be.
She grounds you.
Totally. Full credit to her. I'm in the doghouse all the time at home, and there's no question.
I'm loving this. It's the same.
She's the boss. She's the boss at home. There's no question.
So behind every successful man, there is a brilliant woman, isn't there?
Definitely.
There is only one answer, Deep.
Definitely, yeah.
That's
definitely.
Time. So now we know that you're human. Okay, it's all normal. It's the same everywhere. Okay, totally behind the mask of MakeMyTrip. Totally. Has there been a time when Amrita has said, "No, Deep, you shouldn't have said that"? Has there been a time where you've embarrassed yourself or her, and you've put you've put in your mouth?
All the time. So recently we were together at a very nice conference where I was speaking at Sadhguru's Isha Ashram.
Yeah.
And I was surprised. I came off and Amrita was sitting right up front, and I tried avoiding making too much eye contact with her. I came off and I said, okay, tell me, how was it? Because I was nervous because Sadhguru was sitting right next to me. And she said, no, you were pretty good. And I said, seriously? And then she said, except for this, and this. So there were 5 things I did wrong. But that's great feedback because I know where it's coming from. It's coming from a good space. Yeah. And if there's anyone, so I take those points on board. And
well, she's a great manager because, when you correct somebody, you give the positive first. And then you just cut them down.
Constructive feedback. No, I think it's good. It's good. Yeah. And I do put my foot in my mouth all the time. So I regularly do it. Yeah.
Okay, what's the worst joke that you've ever told at a party? Honestly, tell me. I want to know.
I think I tell really funny jokes. My kids,
in your world.
In my world, my kids think they're really lame at times, but they do laugh. Then they do admit that that they're funny sometimes. Okay. So I like the quips. I don't think I'll sit down and tell a joke, but I have some really good jokes. Okay. But none of them can be said on camera. So when the camera goes off, I'll tell you the jokes.
Look at that.
All my jokes are very naughty.
Apologies already in advance.
I don't think I know any good clean jokes.
So now we come to the section where we're just going to have a bit of fun if we haven't had it already. We're going to test your knowledge of the travel industry. We want to know whether you are the guy.
All right.
We're going to see if you are super D.
All right.
For the travel business. But I'm going to let you in easy. So possibly, I don't have a hamper. Like, I'm sorry. But
remind me, why am I doing this?
You're going to get that pat on the back, and I will get Amrita to congratulate you. That's more. This is it, you see. This is what keeps you going, you know this. Right, so you've been in the travel industry for 19 years. So tell me, do you know how many countries there are in the world?
Yeah, I think last count there are now...
There's a range actually, depending on who you ask.
I think it's in the 220 to 230 range or 180 to 190 range.
So which one? So are you going from 180 to 230? When I said a range, I didn't mean that range.
No, I'm trying to think. It was either with the splitting up of first the balkanization, then what's happening in Africa.
This could take a while.
Maybe it's 180 to 190.
180 to 190. Actually, not bad. Well, to be honest, it ranges from about 197 to around the 200. Not bad. I'm pretty impressed, actually.
Yeah. Out of them, there are 100 countries I don't want to go to.
Yeah, in fact, I was going to ask you, actually, what are the countries that you're definitely not going to? But you can't say that, can you? Because it's not good for business.
Yeah, no, but right now I can. I don't want to go to Yemen, and I don't want to go to Yemen.
You did not hear this here.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, I don't want to go to Sudan.
Okay.
So there are countries I don't want to go to.
Yeah, but fair enough. But we're making up by revisiting countries, aren't we?
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, fair enough. Well, I've got some questions here. They are easy. I've tried to make them easy, so I'm going to get my laptop on. So you can relax. You can put your feet up. I know you'll get it.
All right. Let's
do
it.
Let me get this. Let's see. It's old bones. Old bones. Let's see what I can do. So for this, I might even need my glasses, which is quite sad. Okay.
Aging grace.
It is. I will have to get my glasses off. There you go, look. I'm competing with you now. There you go. Let's see. Would you know, and you have a second to answer, okay? If I had my bell, which I usually have, which I don't have.
I'll be quick.
Here, right, okay. What is the currency that they use in Syria? 1, 2.
In Syria?
Yeah.
Syrian, I don't know.
You can't guess.
In Syria?
Yeah.
I don't want to go to Syria.
Okay.
I don't care.
But what's it called? How about Syrian pound?
It is the Syrian pound?
Fail.
I was going to say dollar, but I don't know.
Bolivia?
Bolivia, I know the capital is La Paz. And it has the highest
Was that the question?
It has the highest airport in the world, capital airport in the world.
If these were the questions, you would be right.
Bolivia is a tough one. It's like the Taz or something. What is it?
No, is it the Boliviano?
Peso.
Well, we don't.
Peso.
Well, I have to. Okay, that was a trick question because I have to check as well.
Okay.
I was hoping you would give me this information.
I think it's the peso.
Okay. What's the capital of the Dominican Republic?
It's not Punta Cana, but Punta Cana is a city there in DR, and I don't know.
Oh my, Santo Domingo.
Oh, I should have known that.
You should have.
I should have, but Punta Cana is the place to go.
Okay, well, this is it.
In DR.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Capital of Fiji. Come on. See, I've made this easy.
I know Vijay Singh is the most famous golfer.
I love the information they can get out of it, but not the right answer.
I should know this. No, I know this. Fiji. I can't remember.
Suva, have I pronounced it correctly?
Yeah, SUVA. Suva.
Yeah. Lithuania?
Suva, I think.
Oh, Suva. Now are we trying to correct me now? Yes, you are right. SUVA.
Yeah, SUVA. Shucks.
The point is you didn't get the answer. It doesn't matter. Even if you pronounce it correctly, you did not get the right answer.
Next is Lithuania.
Lithuania.
I really used to know this.
Oh dear, age is showing.
Oh my God.
It's not just the glasses.
Lithuania. I can't remember.
Thank God I did not bring a hamper.
But I'm not the travel guy.
I would be taking it with me.
Internet guy. That's the capital of Lithuania.
All right. Kind of villainous, isn't it?
It is villainous.
Yes.
My God, what's happened to me?
I have no idea.
I think you made me nervous.
I have, haven't I? This is the impact that I have on people. You're going to have to, I think, travel to these places now.
Yeah.
And just to update your information. This is it.
But all the others I want to go to.
You do?
Yeah, I really want to go to Punta Cana. My daughter's been there. We haven't.
Yeah.
I want to go to Bolivia.
Yeah.
It's big time on the map. And I want to go to Lithuania. So I should go to... And Fiji too. Amrita is very keen to go to Fiji.
Have I inspired you?
It's a beach to reach. Fiji takes 24 hours to reach from India. It's so close, but there's no connection.
Oh, have you ever thought of writing a travel blog?
Yeah, I'd love to do that. I'd like to do that. Yeah,
you heard it here.
Yeah, we used to have this really interesting habit. As a kid, I wrote a diary for all my trips. And then when we got married, we did the same for several years. And we have those. And reading them is a blast. So we actually wrote down things in terms of what we ate, of course, where we went, and how much money we spent. We have everything.
Have you ever put reviews on TripAdvisor?
I have.
You have?
Yeah, and if I have a really good time, I put a review. And if I have a really bad time, I put a review. I think it's the nicest thing you can do, especially for a homestay. We're promoting all these places.
So this could be it. It started here right now. Oh, lovely. So there you go. I'm part of the future on your journey.
On Annie D's show.
Absolutely. Well, Deep, thank you so much for giving your time today. I know it's been difficult.
I flunked the travel quiz.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to brush up.
Good.
I'm going to brush up.
So next time, 10 years from now, you never know. You could be sitting on this very sofa or you could be on mine.
Done.
The original purple sofa.
The next one is on yours.
Well, it's been fantastic talking to you this evening. And of course, I know you're going to rush off. I know you've got loads of appointments. And that minuscule time we've had to get your life story in, but somehow we managed to get a little bit in. So let's see. Well, thank you so much. And well, thank you, listeners, viewers. Well, thank you so much for tuning in today. It's been fantastic, and thank you to Deep once again. But you know where I am. I'm usually on my purple sofa, so you know where to find me. Get me on YouTube, Annie D in Conversation with the World. See you next time.